If you drive a diesel, there's one part that'll eventually cause headaches: the DPF. The diesel particulate filter is designed to trap soot and emissions, but when it clogs up, it can make your engine sluggish, throw warning lights, and even force your car into limp mode. Worst part? Mechanics will charge you a fortune to clean or replace it. But what if I told you that you can clean your diesel DPF yourself either while driving or by removing and cleaning it at home? No expensive tools, no garage visits, just two simple methods that anyone can do. In this video, I'll break down both options and help you figure out which one works best for your situation. What is a DPF and why does it clog? Let's quickly go over what the DPF is and why it causes so many issues. The DPF, or diesel particulate filter, is part of your exhaust system. Its job is to trap tiny soot particles created during diesel combustion so they don't get released into the air. Over time, this soot builds up and clogs the filter. Normally, the vehicle handles this automatically during a process called regeneration, where high exhaust temperatures burn off the trapped particles. But here's the problem: regeneration doesn't always happen properly, especially if you only do short trips or low-speed driving. That means soot builds up faster than it can be burned off, and eventually the DPF gets clogged. When that happens, you'll start noticing symptoms like reduced engine performance, poor fuel economy, DPF warning lights, and in severe cases, limp mode that limits your speed. The good news is, you don't always need to replace the filter or pay for a professional DPF cleaning service. There are two reliable, budget-friendly ways to clean your DPF yourself, and both work if done correctly. Method 1. Clean your DPF while driving. This first method is the easiest and doesn't require taking anything apart. It involves using a DPF cleaning additive and a proper driving cycle to force regeneration. You simply pour the cleaning fluid into your diesel fuel tank and drive in a way that encourages the DPF to burn off the soot. This method is best used early, when the DPF is only partially clogged, not when it's completely blocked. The idea here is that the additive lowers the temperature required for regeneration, allowing your car to burn off soot at lower speeds or shorter distances. Once the cleaner is in the fuel, your engine burns it along with the diesel, and as the exhaust gases flow through the DPF, they heat up and help clean out the filter gradually. The trick to making this method work is driving the vehicle at higher RPMs and consistent speeds for 20 to 30 minutes. That usually means hitting the highway or a long stretch of open road, keeping the revs above 2,000 revolutions per minute, and avoiding stop-and-go traffic. Many cars will trigger a forced regeneration automatically during this kind of driving, and the cleaner just helps it along. Most of the time, after just one treatment and a proper drive, the check engine or DPF light turns off, fuel economy improves, and the engine feels more responsive. The best part? The whole thing costs less than a tank of diesel, and you don't even have to touch a wrench. Just make sure to use a reputable DPF cleaning additive, not just a generic fuel injector cleaner. This method is perfect for routine maintenance or when the DPF is starting to act up, not when it's completely choked with soot. If your vehicle is already in limp mode, or the soot level is dangerously high, you'll need something a bit stronger. Method 2. Deep clean by removing the DPF. Now, if your DPF is badly clogged and the additive trick doesn't work, or your vehicle is already in limp mode, your best option is to remove the DPF and clean it manually. This method takes more time, but it gives you a full reset. You'll be able to flush out all the trapped soot and ash and get your diesel running like new again. To start, you'll need to remove the DPF from the vehicle. Depending on your car or truck model, this can take anywhere from 30 minutes to a few hours. In most cases, the DPF is bolted to the exhaust system and can be taken off using basic hand tools. Make sure the engine and exhaust are fully cool before doing anything. Once the DPF is off, you'll see that it's a heavy metal canister, kind of like a catalytic converter. Now comes the actual cleaning. There are two main ways to do this, either using a DPF cleaning solution and water or using compressed air and heat. The cleaning solution method is the easiest for DIYers. You can buy a DPF cleaner that's meant to be poured into the filter and left to soak. After soaking for a few hours, or overnight, you rinse the filter thoroughly with a garden hose or pressure washer. Make sure the flow goes in the opposite direction of normal exhaust. This helps push all the soot and ash out instead of deeper into the filter. Let it dry completely, ideally in the sun or with some air flow, and then reinstall the DPF back onto the vehicle. After reinstalling, start the engine and take the vehicle for a long drive to trigger passive regeneration and clear out any remaining residue. You might also need a scan tool to reset the DPF sensor readings or fault codes if your check engine light is still on. This method works extremely well if your DPF is fully blocked or your car keeps going into limp mode. While it takes more time and effort, it can save you hundreds, even thousands, compared to getting the DPF replaced or professionally cleaned. Which method should you use? So, which method is best for you? If your vehicle is still driving fine but you've noticed symptoms like poor performance, increased fuel usage, or a warning light, and especially if you've never cleaned your DPF before, start with the additive and driving method. It's cheap, fast, and in many cases, it works like magic. But if your DPF is completely clogged, you're getting constant warning messages, or your car is stuck in limp mode, then manual cleaning by removing the DPF is your best bet. It's more work, but it gives you a full clean out and can often restore your diesel back to peak performance. Warning: important tips before you start. Now before you get started, here are a few things to keep in mind. First, never ignore DPF warnings. If you keep driving with a full filter, it can cause engine damage or even destroy the DPF completely. Second, if you remove your DPF for cleaning, always reinstall it. Driving without one is illegal in many places and can void your emissions warranty. And third, don't try to burn off soot using shortcuts like revving in neutral or disconnecting sensors. That can damage your engine and cost you way more in the long run. If you're not sure which method is safe for your vehicle, check your owner's manual or do a quick search online for your make and model. Some vehicles have built-in regeneration options that can be triggered manually using a scan tool. Final thoughts: don't let a clogged DPF ruin your diesel. If you're dealing with a clogged DPF, don't panic and definitely don't rush to replace it. Try these two methods first. You might be surprised how much of a difference a simple DIY clean can make. Your diesel will breathe easier, run smoother, and save you fuel in the long run.